Good morning, class. I welcome you to the English language class for today. And today we are going to start with the grammar first. And the very first topic that we are going to start with is nouns. Nouns. What are nouns basically? When we talk about nouns literal meaning is name. That is why naming words are known as nouns. Naming words are known as nouns. But before starting noun, let us understand the syntax of grammar. Syntax of grammar. Syntax of grammar means rules or regulation that we have to follow, which is popularly known as parts of speech. Parts of speech. Syntax of grammar, parts of speech, rules. So basically, a sentence, when I speak a sentence, basically includes various. When you speak a sentence, what we are doing? Speech. What do you mean by speech? Speech is articulating your feelings, your ideas through a sound. When you articulate your views through sound, your ideas through sound, that is what is speech. When we speak out something, that is what is speech. But when we speak out, we say a sentence, right? And that sentence includes what? That includes part of speech, which are, we are having 8 parts of speech. We are having 8 parts of speech. Namely, very first is noun. Second, if we are talking about nouns, we are having pronouns. We are talking about nouns, we are talking about pronoun. When we are talking about nouns and pronouns, immediately we have to qualify them. We have to add the quality to them. Adjectives. Pronunciation is adjectives. Immediately after adjectives, we need to discuss verbs. What are verbs? Action words. I am teaching you right now. What is teaching? It's a verb, action words. Immediately after verbs, we are having adverbs, which qualifies a verb, adjective, adverb. Clear? Next, immediately after this, we are having prepositions. Prepositions. The words which states the relation between a noun or a pronoun with other noun or a pronoun. That is what is. What do you mean by? That's what means prepositions. Are we clear? Prepositions. Clear? Next. Then we are having conjunctions. Conjunctions, joining words are popularly known as conjunctions. And then interjections. 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 The expressive words, sudden feeling, emotions, the words which describe emotion, those are known as interjections. So these are the parts of speech. It means why they are known as parts of speech, because once we are articulating our ideas or our emotions or our feeling, we need this because they are having similar rules in the grammar. When we talk about parts of speech, why do we need part of speech? Because they are similar in rules. Their syntax is similar. They are used in here in one to another way. That is why they are parts of speech. Without that, the syntax of a sentence or a grammar syntax is not complete. Grammar is not complete. A sentence is not complete without this. That is why syntax of a grammar or parts of speech is one of the same thing. Clear with this? So nouns. What do you mean by nouns? Naming words. When we talk about nouns, nouns are naming words. Are we clear? Naming words. Naming words. Simple, we know that. What are nouns? Naming words. For example, Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches you English. Mr. Nitish Gupta, what is it? It's a noun, proper noun. teaches you English. What is English? A common noun. A noun. Naming words. Clear? Pronouns. Words which replace a noun, which comes on the place of noun. For example, Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches you English. Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches you maths. Better to say, Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches you English. He teaches you maths also. So again and again bringing Nitish Gupta into the picture. Instead of that, I used he. What is he? A pronoun. Words which replace a noun. Words which replace nouns. Are we clear? For example, he, she, they, it, etc. Adjectives. Adjectives. What do you mean by adjectives? Adjectives. What do you mean by that? Basically, adjectives means, yes, the words which qualify. Qualifying words. Qualifying words. What do you mean by qualifying? Qualifying means quality here. Quality. The words which describes the quality of a noun or a pronoun. For example, he is looking handsome today. He is looking handsome today. Yeah. How is he looking? Handsome. How is he looking? Handsome. Yeah. This is what is handsome? Qualifying. He is looking how? Handsome today. Qualifying a noun. He. Qualifying him. How is looking? Handsome. That is why what is handsome here? Handsome is adjective. Clear? Next, verbs. What are verbs? Action words. Action words are described as verbs. Action words. When we do something, when we do some work. He is teaching right now. Teaching. Doing some action. When there is some action. What do you mean by action? Action is not about fighting only. When you do some work, when there is movement in that. He is sitting but doing something. But action, something is happening, some work is done. That is what verbs. For example, sit, eat, watch, walk, sleep, etc. They are the examples of verb. Action words. Even sleeping, you are doing some action. A process is happening. Metabolism is taking place that time also. Some action is happening. Clear? Adverbs. Basically, adverbs means adjectives plus verbs. That is why it is known as adverbs, which adds quality. Quality to what? Of course, verbs, even adjectives itself plus adverbs itself sometimes. That is what is known as adverbs. For example, he really works hard. He really works hard. So what is hard in this? What is hard in this? How he works? He works hard. So what is hard doing here? Hard is qualifying the quality of a verb. What is verb? Verb. And this is adverb. Qualifying it. He works hard. How he works? He works hard. That is what is happening here. So what is hard here? Hard is nothing but adverb. Hard is nothing but adverb. Are we clear about this? Adverbs. Next, prepositions. Preposition. The word itself is stating preposition. Position means something related to. Preposition, before. So basically words which states the relation between noun with noun, noun with pronoun, pronoun with another pronoun, noun with other noun. This is what is the condition for prepositions. For example, I'll take an example. The book is on the table. What is book? Common noun. What is table? Noun. So relation. What is the relation? That very well defined relation is there with book and table. That book is on the table, position, which relates to the position. Relation is there, that book is on the table. Relation is there between book and table. That book is on the table. There is a relation. How and book are related? That they both are on, like this. So this is what? Preposition. Are they clear? Preposition. So on, at, in, onto, etc. are examples of prepositions. Clear? Next, conjunctions, very popularly known as joining words. Joining words. They are joining words. They are joining words. What do you mean by joining? For example, I have two statements. Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches English. He also teaches maths. So, can I join these two sentences and I can say Mr. Nitish Gupta teaches English and maths? That, and how I join? And. So they are joining words. And, but, if, although, though, unless, else, since, because, due to, all are examples of conjunctions because they join two or more sentences. Yeah? And why do we join? To eliminate the numbers. Why to write the same thing again and again? That is why, to eliminate that time and to save power, we use conjunction because it joins sentences together. And joining two sentences together helps you in the conciseness. You get the precise thing. Instead of writing 2 marks, just by joining two, for example, he plays outside, Aman plays outside, Devya plays outside. So can I write Aman and Devya play outside? Better. Why to write the same thing? Plays outside again and again. Better I'll be joining Aman and Devya and they play outside. Clear with this? Interjections. Interjections, best example, feelings, emotions, happiness, feelings or emotions. Words which describe feelings or emotions are known as interjections, like hooray, alas, ah, oh. And the best thing with the interjection is we put the exclamation mark with them. We put the exclamation mark with them. For example, hooray, hooray. Immediately after hooray interjection, we won the game. So what is hooray here? Hooray is an interjection. So such words are known as interjections. Clear with this? Are we clear with the parts of speech? Why we need syntax of the grammar? Basically, this is syntax means the rules, like formula. Like, for example, in tenses we talk about for a simple present tense, the what is the thing that we require? Subject plus verb plus object. That's a syntax. That's a formula. That's the way you write. Similarly, to write a sentence, we need parts of speech. That is what syntax of a grammar, rules of a grammar. Structure of a sentence, structure of a grammar. How grammar works? Grammar works like this. Are we clear? Any doubt anyone is having with this? So, why before starting with the nouns we need? Because it's one of the important parts. The first part of a speech is noun. A sentence starts with the subject and the subject can be noun or a pronoun. That is why nouns are very, very important. So let us start with nouns. So, nouns. So I have already told you noun, naming words. Naming words. What are these naming words? What can we name? We can name a person, thing, group, emotions, or an idea. One more thing, very, very important. Person, thing, group, emotion. One more very, very important. Even we can take place. Place comes in person only. Place. That comes in the person only. What else we can have it? One more very important thing that we used to have here. So place, if we segregate, that comes under this only. And objects. But objects and things together, we have to think. Are we clear? So naming of a person, that comes under the category naming. For example, Ram. We can have Queen. We can have any other name. Mr. Obama. Yeah. Etc. All are examples. Mr. Arvind. Very nice. Sanya Nehwal. Virat Kohli. All are examples of what? Person. Proper person. Clear with this? When we talk about place, like Karnal, New Delhi, Mumbai, countries, islands, place. Things. When we talk about things like pencil, eraser, mobile phone, pen, etc., are examples of things. Pen, pencil, box, table, chair are examples of things. When we talk about a group together, when we talk about a group, for example, crowd of people, class of students, class of students. When we group together the same category people, that is what is grouping, which is popularly known as collective. When we group together, swarm, like swarm of bees. We talk about bouquet of flowers because flowers are same, and we combine flowers, we get bouquet. Clear? Emotions or idea, when we talk about, like honesty, poverty, happiness, etc. All are the examples of emotions, ideas that comes under the abstract nouns. We'll discuss what are abstract nouns. Now things, objects like, I'll talk about material. Even I can make it as material, like copper, carbon, calcium. They are the example of material that comes under material nouns. So basically these 5 categories are there in which we segregate nouns. Are we clear with this? So next topic is kinds of nouns. Kinds of nouns. When we talk about kinds of noun, first is proper, second is common, third is material or concrete also we call it, fourth one is collective, fifth one is abstract nouns. Understand now? When we talk about this in detail, we're going to talk about this in detail. Proper means I'm talking about a particular person, place or animal, then we consider as proper. Proper means particular. I'll be giving a name. Ishant is a good boy. I'm talking about a particular boy, that's Ishant. Purav studies well. I'm talking about a boy, Purav. Examples, person, name. So, name of the person, category, name of the person, countries, cities, oceans, seas, islands, volcanoes, etc. The names basically defines your proper noun. Currency, the group of a people. Even for example, when we talk about the natives, for example, Indians, Americans, Australian, they too comes under the category of proper noun because they belong to a proper country called India, America. That is fine. Are we clear about this? So even currencies you can have, even you can have currencies in then countries, their capital, famous places and places, even buildings like Taj Mahal. We are talking about buildings, places, all are examples of proper noun. Any doubt? Proper noun. With proper noun, very important thing is we start proper noun with the capital letter. Do remember, capital letter. Proper noun starts with capital letter. First important point. That's the first important point. Capital letter. Clear with this? Next we'll be starting with the common. Common means I can call it with any name, that doesn't matter. I'm not talking about a particular, I'm talking about totality, the whole group. So in common noun we have class of people. What do you mean by class of people? Class of people, basically when I talk about carpenter, doctor, teachers, right, example, plumber, they all are example of class of people. People together, but I can call carpenter. I need not to call carpenter with a particular name. Maybe the person I'm calling, the carpenter I'm calling. For example, Arvind is a carpenter, for example, and I called him. Arvind is coming at my home to do some work. So what is Arvind here? Proper. But he's a carpenter, so he comes under the category of common noun. Animals. Animals. Fox, elephants. We are not giving them common group. We are not naming. But if I say Tolu, my dog, is my pet, then what Tolu becomes here? Tolu becomes my pet. Proper name, proper, particular. So that becomes proper. Are we clear? So class of people, animals, we can have buildings, things, object, tools, machine, fruits, vegetables. So we can have fruits, vegetables, machines, tools, objects, things, etc. All are the examples of common noun. Common, we can call them common. One thing, I'll take one brilliant example in front of you. Article the is used for particular thing. But if I have to say, like for example, Kalidas is considered as the Shakespeare. Kalidas is considered as the Shakespeare of India. I have put the here. But Shakespeare is a particular. But once before a proper noun, the comes, that converts to common noun. One important property, if the as an article comes before the proper noun, then that proper noun is considered as the common noun. For example, Kalidas is considered as the Shakespeare of India. Shakespeare, particular person, but since we are using the, so that becomes a common. Means anyone can be called Shakespeare, but particularly here I am talking about Kalidas. Are we clear? Clear with this? Next, material. When we talk about material, substance, objects, they are known as material. For example, anyone with examples, be ready with your examples. So when we talk about material or matter of things, basically matter of things, for example, etc. For example, cement, because we have to talk about substance, objects, matter, maybe ink, maybe oxygen, etc. are the examples of material. Material, made up of material. Like table is made up of wood. So what is table? Common. And what is wood? Material. Okay, are we clear with this? So basically in material we talk about iron, wood, rice, cotton, rubber, water, etc. All are examples of material. Next, collective. Collective means when we talk about group of people. Group. Collective means, do remember, group of similar kind. Of similar kind. Very, very important. Group of people. Group of animals. Anything else? Group of people. Do we call them group of animals together? Group of things. Obviously. Group of things. For example, when we talk about group of people, crowd of people, I'll take brilliant examples in front of you. I'll take the brilliant examples in front of you when we discuss about group of people. Let us write few examples. I'll take few examples in front of you when we talk about a group of people. Collective noun. When we talk about collective noun, herd of cattle is example. Bouquet of flowers, team of cricketers. Team of cricketers, because cricketer together is a team. Team of cricketers. Flock of sheep. Fleet of ships. Ships. Ship. Ships. Ship. See the pronunciation. Ship. S-H-E-E-P. Ship. This is sheep and this is ship. Sheep. Ship. Immediately. Sheep, sheep, and ship. So a fleet of ships, and here a flock of sheep. Flock of sheep, but we call them sheep, not sheeps, not sheep. Similarly, fish is fish. Once we talk fishes, it means various category we are talking about. Do remember, fish, plural is fish only. It's not fishes. When we talk about fishes, means various categories. Okay. So this is what collective, people. Okay. Now we talk about animals. A crowd of means troop of dancers. A fleet of ships. I talk about crowd of people gathered. Bunch of grapes. Team, army. Examples: group, army, bunch, troop, class, swarm, flock, fleet, etc. are the examples of collective nouns. They are the examples of collective nouns. Are we clear? Next, abstract. What do you mean by abstract noun? When we talk about abstract noun basically means the things or the words which describes feelings or emotions. Feelings or emotions. Can we touch feelings or emotions? No, we cannot. That's why the words which expresses feeling or emotion, or the words which can be felt, not touched. Not touched. The words which cannot be touched, the words which describe the feasibility which cannot be touched but can be felt. For example, honesty. Honesty can be felt in someone's ideas, in someone's method, in someone's working. Poverty we can see, means poverty we cannot touch, but we can visualize poverty. If somebody is acting like a beggar, somebody is begging around, we can see. Sincerity, if we talk about someone is sincere. So when we talk about sincere, we can't touch, we can feel. Yeah, he is on time, he is punctual. Punctuality. Such words, abstract, feelings, emotions are known as abstract. Example again, poverty, happiness. We can have honesty. It's not honesty, it's honesty, etc. All these words describe abstract noun. Abstract means the words, feelings or emotion. Literal meaning abstract means which can be felt but cannot be touched. You can feel them. You can feel them. Yeah, you can feel hotness, coldness, you can, but you cannot touch. Hotness you cannot, means you have to touch an object there. That's hot. You can feel only, but you touch hot object. You didn't touch the hot. You touched the hot object. Are you getting my point? But you felt hotness. You felt coldness. Are we clear with this? So these are the 5 kinds of nouns: proper, common, material, collective, and abstract. Clear with this? Next important topic. Now, when we talk about nouns, we talk about their kinds, we also talk about their numbers, and we also talk about their gender. Do remember. Again, I am repeating. When we talk about nouns we talk about their gender, we talk about their numbers. So, nouns are further categorized. Nouns are further categorized on the basis of number of nouns, and gender. Gender basically means male, female, neither. That what is means gender. Number on the basis of number means singular and plural. Singular means one. Singular means one,